Did you just want to kill a black man? I mean, it's a legitimate question to be asked. Is it all right that you just murdered him? Is it okay that he was potentially innocent and you didn't give a damn because the word potential doesn't matter to you? What was it? What was it? I mean, you talk about some nonsense right here. This is why we have a country that's so divided. This is why we have a country that looks at things in two different ways, because you can't come together on a damn thing. Who can't come together on this? When you got a prosecutor, when you have evidence, when you have a former governor, when you have the state Supreme Court, all giving a ruling in favor of staying in execution, and you still say, bump that, the man dies, and have him killed by the state via lethal injection in front of his family, when a man proclaimed his innocence and stayed that way for over 20 years, and you do it anyway. You don't give a shit. You don't care. I'm not one of these people, ladies and gentlemen, that's diametrically opposed to capital punishment. I'm one of those people, depending on how heinous the crime, and it's finite and definitive that you are guilty, particularly if no contrition or no remorse was shown, I have no problem with you dying. Zero. Zero. But only under those conditions. If there's a scintilla of doubt, you don't do what Governor Parson did. And to do something like that, and to make this decision, it's criminal. It is an absolute crime. And I can't even tell you how sad I am for Marcellus Williams' family, because he went to his death proclaiming his innocence. And he had an abundance of people and institutions supporting him. And the governor of Missouri didn't give a damn. You might be able to sleep well at night right now, sir, because you appear to have no conscience. We'll see how long that lasts, and whether or not that truly comes back to haunt you someday. We'll see.
Whatever Allah determines, you know what I'm saying, I'm satisfied with it. Whatever, you know, so I already been right there at that moment. And I, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing changed about it. You know, I'm still, like I said before, I don't believe in the system, the criminal justice system. I don't believe in it, you know what I'm saying, to that degree. But I know that it can be used for good as well. So if good come out of it for me and for my family and for all those that's been supporting me, then all praise be to Allah. There's a little supplication that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, he used to say, "Oh Allah, if life is good for me, then give me life. If death is good for me, then give me death." You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I say the same supplication. So yeah, I'm at peace, of course.
Death row inmate Marcellus Williams was executed on Tuesday night despite a long court battle, maintaining his innocence, and even claims he didn't receive a fair trial. Williams was convicted of murdering news reporter Felicia Gale in 1998, but had appealed his sentence multiple times, and at one point his execution was paused indefinitely. But a 6-year investigation into his unfair trial was terminated in 2023, and his execution was rescheduled. Reports say Williams was injected with a fatal dose of pentobarbital just after 6 p.m. and was pronounced dead by 10 p.m.
This is the sad story of Marcellus Williams, who was accused of killing a white journalist in 2001. Marcellus Williams has always maintained his innocence, and in spite of not having enough evidence, the court decided that Marcellus is to be executed. It's really sad, and this has made so many black people in America not to trust in the judiciary system of America. He has always maintained his innocence. And in spite of not having enough evidence, the court, which had 6 white jurists, decided to convict him of the crime of killing the lady after a burglary that happened in 2001. That ended up in the killing of the white lady who was a journalist. It's really sad, but according to the investigators, it seems they didn't have, or didn't get enough evidence to convict him. But the judiciary decided for it to be so, for him to be executed. And you've seen and heard what Marcellus had to say. Marcellus, a Muslim from the Muslim religion, had this to say. You know, he said that if God decides to give you life, for you to live, you're going to live. And if he decides for you to die, you're going to die. So he accepted his fate. And so many people have been complaining, especially from the black community, about the unfairness of the case, and that in spite of not having enough evidence to convict him, they did so. And he was in prison for all these years. 23 years is a lot for you to be executed for maybe a murder that you did not commit, that you were deemed by the people innocent. But the court decided, and Marcellus just faced his execution with confidence. What do you think? I don't know. Now it seems the black community in America really agitating for fairness in the judiciary system. They feel that it was very unfair for them to do that. The Marcellus court decided that, and the Supreme Court, you know, it's really sad that it happened to Marcellus Williams, the execution, you know, and everything. What do you think? I need to get your opinion. And while you're at it, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I'll be bringing you more news about, you know, what's happening around the world, in Africa and around the world. Thank you.